Thank you for joining. And this is a joint presentation with Zoozler and G2 Internet Solutions. And you probably saw from our ad that we're talking about turning website visitors into new buyers. And a couple things up front. If you don't want to take a lot of notes, we'll send you a copy of the slide deck after. And then, of course, we have some free gifts at the end. And so I'll let Margie tell you a little bit about Zoozler. I'll tell you a little bit about me, and then we'll get going. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Well, since I know Lisa probably has heard a lot about Zoozler from Ammon, so I'll just make this just very brief. As you know, Zoozler creates apps, whether it's web-based apps or mobile phone apps, so we can do iOS and Android and all kinds of complicated apps or very simple apps, and websites of all types and amazing videography. You can thank Ammon for that. And also some marketing programs, including some of the ones that you don't hear about all the time. Everybody knows about social media, all that stuff, but also the influencer marketing, and also like hyperlocal growth. And we have a lot of connections with other companies who we can take care of your Google My Business page, your listings, directories, branding, anything like that as well. So, and I won't go into too much detail because I know you've probably heard a lot of stuff from Ammon already, and we will be sending you a PowerPoint about Zoozler at the end of after we get off the webinar anyway, which you can look at if you want to, or you probably know a lot of it already from Ammon. So.
Oh, I can learn. Always room to learn.
Okay. I guess go ahead, Greg.
Awesome, thank you. And so we're proud and honored to work with Zoozler, and because they do so many great things. We add some expertise in our specialties that we bring that help people make the most of their websites with traffic and 5-star reviews. So there's a lot of things to make a successful online presence, and we know our teamwork together helps people. And so we're trying to share free information today, and we're going to jump into it. And if you have any questions, feel free to speak up. It's real kind of informal and informational. And so, like you, we want people to get a lot out of it.
I'm sorry, Evan, did you want to add anything before we get started?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Okay, excellent. And so this was actually one of our ads, and so we talk about this way that we can stop losing visitors, and we've got this great tool to do it, and it can get more customers, get them to convert, and it shows results. And so we think about how fast this can work, and this is something that has generally been for the big guys, but we're bringing it to the smaller companies, and Mazda has done it because they're trying to get the most out of their stuff, and they had some pretty big results with visitors taking action at a higher rate. They were selling more cars, and they were getting high engagement. I don't know if you're doing ads, but 20% is a gigantic engagement rate in the advertising world. And this is something you don't want to miss out on. It's going to give you an edge. Some of our stats that we run show that it's either a single-digit percentage or probably less than 20% of the companies out there are actually taking advantage of this. And so what does it do for you? Well, it helps you stay top of mind. It helps you to target the prospects. When you do that, you can bring them back to specific places inside your site for specific services or offers. Overall, it helps with the conversions on paid and regular traffic. And more importantly, it just helps you stay in front of the customers. And if you don't do it, you're just going to be where you are. You're going to be just having the people visit your site and then go away. And so this report's going to show you about that. Again, you'll get the report, and we're just going to go through it online here. And so this is called website retargeting or remarketing. So is that something y'all had heard of, Lisa?
There we go. Get unmute there. Yeah, I've heard of targeting, but I'll be honest, that's not something that I'm really aware of how to accomplish that. That's kind of why I'm here. So I'm excited about
Perfect.
that.
Excellent. So it's very straightforward. So your prospect visits your site through whatever mechanisms you're doing, right? You might be doing online ads, you might be doing offline promotions. But what we do know is that the large majority of people that visit your site don't contact you. They don't buy, they don't opt in, they don't fill out a form, right? And we think that's north of 90% of the people. And so this system allows you to show them ads when they visit other sites on the internet. And so it's kind of a circle, right? Then your prospect gets driven back to your website. And that's the very simple overview of it. And this is what it solves, right? Is that they don't really convert or buy often on the first visit, right? And so we are retargeting or remarketing to your website visitors to get them to come back to the website and take that desired action. Now, it might not always be a sale. Maybe we just want them to opt in. Maybe we want them to, begin some top-level funnel function. Obviously, we want them to buy in the end, right? But different companies have different goals, and it should be wider than just getting a dollar sale, right? Could be signing up for maybe one of your webinars, one of your trainings. And so here's another case study where we end up getting higher than industry averages. And so this was about a month where we retargeted over 120,000 impressions, and then we got 309 clicks. And so that should be a 0.25% there. Usually your click-through rates on ads are, 0.06, right, on cold ads, or maybe 0.6 on some remarketing ads. With the right strategy and the right ads and the right refinement, it could really get up there and get people to click through back to your site. And so here's another look at it. There's 3 steps to it. And number 1 is we put a little pixel or a cookie on your website. And so that is how it gets into step 2. When they go to your site, that's brought down to their browser history. And so that's how we know that we can basically capture 100% of the visitors. And so cookies are used for all kinds of things. They're used for like storing your password, right? So you don't have to log in every time the website knows you. And so once we have those cookies out there on the visitors, we actually have to run a campaign, and then that shows the ads only to those people that visited your website out on the sites in the world that show ads. And lots of them do, right? You've seen the ads, right? They're at the top of the page, they're on the side. And you probably experienced this, Lisa, right? If you look for a set of headphones on Amazon, right?
Every day.
And then you can see those ads again. And so that's what we're talking about, right? And so your ads start to show up in front of the visitor when they visit other sites. And it could be for 90 days, which is a great buying cycle for most businesses. And there's yet another look at it, right? To visit your site, we know that most of them leave. We drop the pixel, and then we create these ads, and we'll go into a little bit more, but we have a sophisticated strategic approach where we just don't show the same ad all the time. We have a variation of offers and branding and reputation. And then that follow the prospects when they visit sites online and drive them back. And so dig into the ads a little bit. Is offer ads. So the traffic story kind of goes like this. 90%, 96% leave your site without contacting you. Now, we don't know exactly why each person left, but we know they come in 3 big categories. They were looking for a good deal, they were looking for a reputable company, or they were looking for a specific service. And so we offer these different variety of ads so that we make sure that we can touch all of the people. So a lot of people are looking for a good deal, so we use the offer ads, right? And it could be percentage off, dollars off, right? But it's something compelling to get them to take action. The second kind of ad is a branding ad. And so we think about maybe they visited, your dental site, but they were looking for teeth whitening, but they didn't really see it on that first visit. So if we show them teeth whitening ads, that's what they're looking for. That can help drive them back. And so that could be any of the different products or services that your company offers. Sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then the third type is reputation ads. And so these are ones that build trust. In fact, these are some of the highest converting ads that we use. And so what we do is we take, some of your existing 5-star reviews and turn them into ads. And so between those 3, we are essentially showing ads for the vast majority of the reasons that people would have left a site or would be compelled to go back to a site. And we can use these in different ways. So we could do kind of a standard revisiting site visitor targeting. We could wait till they stayed so long, right? We could put pixels in some email. We could do it at specific points in the site visit, right? So if they abandon a purchase, when we place the ads, we could target people only in a city or a zip. So if you were a company that only service like the Cincinnati area, we wouldn't show people outside of your target area. We can do some things where if they visited a particular page, I don't know, maybe in your case they were, wanted Excel training compared to Word training, we can show them ads based upon where they were. We can do that even at another one with that engagement. Did they fill out a form? Did they purchase a product? And follow up with them that way. Mark's on. Hey, how are you, Mark? How much did you see?
Hi, Mark.
Did we miss something for you?
Yeah, I had to join late. I was on a call. I apologize. I jumped on at the slide before this last one you just showed.
Okay.
Hi, Margie. Hi, Mon.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, this is very informal, informational. If you want and you have time afterwards, I could start again from the top with you, Mark. But we're going to keep.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm relatively familiar with this concept.
Okay.
So we're coursing right down the kind of what I know. I think actually the next stuff is what I would like to see. So we might be right on time with this. Okay,
we'll see. And if not, we'd love to do a follow-up one with you. We're going to keep going because we want to be some respecters of time here. And again, this isn't super long. Sure. And then at the end, you have some questions. We'd love to answer them. So of course, we help people with this. And we help people with some of the more detailed things. We do the reporting. We help with optimizing the campaigns, providing strategy. We've got a great catalog of proven and effective ad designs that we know that work. One of the greatest things that any marketer has is split testing. And so what we do is we can create different versions. So we might change a picture, we might change a headline, maybe even a color. Some of the other stuff that we bring to the table is large ad sets. We create 16 different ad sizes, actually a little bit more if you count some of the social media size ads. And so they're displayed properly on all of the devices, whether it's a phone, a tablet, or a desktop. And so we'll go back and dig a little bit deeper into how it works if we would engage with somebody. We would work together to work on the strategy, creating the ads, getting your approval, setting up all of the campaigns, and then we run it through our proprietary system that does all the analytics, allows us to track them and optimize them, and we go out and we buy the ads. I mean, this digital ad space is huge. It's surpassed pay-per-click ads. It's surpassed television advertising. It's $40 billion space. And of course, then we put your ads out there. And once they're all set up and approved, then they're shown out there to the people, and they're reaching your market in the ways that we talked about. So this is kind of the end, and we might need a deeper dive with you, Mark, if you know a lot. Lisa, does that give you a good initial overview? Did you feel like you got something out of this? Like you understand more what it is?
That's a good overview.
Okay, and that's what this is, the informational one. Absolutely, we have a longer one. We could take you through. Frankly, I'm not gonna lie. There's an offer. We'd love to work with you, right? But we do want to give you a free ad for attending today. And we want to also, we'll email you essentially the content of today's presentation in the form of a PDF ebook.
Yeah, in addition to that, Zoozler, we have a $100 off any Zoozler services if anyone signs up for anything for Zoozler by September the 30th. So that's going on now too, $100 off of Zoozler, any service, whether it's a video, app, website, or any kind of marketing program. So we thank you. We will be emailing you as well a PowerPoint about Zoozler, but you probably already know. Those of you who know Ammon, you probably heard a lot about Zoozler already, but you can scroll through that to see if there's anything that you haven't heard yet.